Hey guys, what's going on? It's Don here from Novaspirit Tech and welcome back to the channel. And today on our Pi-hosted series, we are going to be installing our search engine, Whoogle, in place of Google. So let's get started. Now I'm taking a little detour from our normal content on Pi-hosted. I know I was supposed to do some network SMB sharing, but I thought I'm going to go light on this episode and show you guys how to install Whoogle instead, or what it's all about. Jumping into my desktop, instead of having to explain it through the camera, you could just see Whoogle search engine actually is a Google search engine, but it actually removes all the ads, JavaScript, and a bunch of other stuff like IP tracking. So I mean, I will still use Google for certain things that I would need recommendations for. So if I'm searching for something like Raspberry Pi, they'll recommend me certain things that I need to buy or whatever, a lot of ads that come in, because it takes my previous search history and kind of refines it for me, while Whoogle kind of eliminates that and gives me what I should be looking at in a sense. So I switch between both search engines, between Whoogle and Google, depending on what my needs are, but it does a great job at defining that. So this is similar to what you would say DuckDuckGo, but you're hosting it yourself. Now going down the content, you could see it's no ad sponsored content, no JavaScript, no cookie, no tracking links, no AMP links, URL, referral headers. These are all the stuff. It also has Tor and SOX proxy support. Does autocomplete like you would on normal Google search engines, and you could still see images. There's different types of themes that you could put in, but mainly it actually eliminates all this, and you're gonna see how different your searches are once you start using this. So if you guys are new to a Pi-hosted series, I will leave a link on the top left of my shoulder to the playlist of the Pi-hosted so you guys could get caught up. Otherwise, we are going to be jumping into our Portainer environment. Now I am going to make a full video about this. We're doing a lot of changes to this repository, and like I said, I will be making a full video on all the changes and major changes that are coming along the way, but I'm going to give you a little bit of the highlights. First, we moved all the scripts from the main folder to tools folder. So I will still have the main ones here, which is install Docker and install Portainer and update Portainer. These are the three that will stay in the main folder. Otherwise, anything that we need to use for installing Nginx Proxy Manager or Portainer agents or the Raspberry Pi Docker monitor, these are going to be in the tools folder itself. This way we won't fill up the main folder with scripts. Now moving on, we also added 64-bit support. We are still on the 32-bit environment in this Pi-hosted series. I have not found anything I need to use 64-bit yet, but this is becoming a popular demand because they are only software that supports ARM64, and this new Portainer JSON will have it. So if you guys are on 64-bit like DiPi or Ubuntu, you could use the new script, and it will have all the updates from the 32-bit as well as added 64-bit applications in there too. Now I do want to thank a huge thank you to Robert, or R Middle. He's been a great help to helping me sort this all out and help me tune this up and keep it up to date, because I only have a tad bit of time when I could sit down and kind of go through all the pull requests, kind of figure out what I want to do with it and migrate stuff over to certain things. But this takes a lot of time, and having Robert's help is a huge bonus. He was able to help me do most of the stuff on this Git. And in the near future, we will be moving this Pi-hosted to its own Git repository, which is Pi-hosted-Pi-hosted. I will make that announcement along with all the changes and everything in the future, but just giving you guys a quick highlight. Now popping back into what we were talking about, we're going to head over to app templates, and in here, it's now alphabetical order. That's a little new tad bit as well. So we are going to go look for Whoogle, which should be on the bottom because it's W, and here we have it. And as simple as deploying container, and that's all you need to do. Now, I am going to show advanced option to see that it is using port 5001. And I think that's all I need to know, because sometimes it could be 5000. And if you have something on 5000, you could change it here. Now, as soon as you deploy this, you're basically set. You could just point your browser to the Whoogle 5001 port and everything should be set for your searching. All right, now that it's in place, I am going to search for that. Where is it? Right here. All right, it's starting, and I'll give it a few seconds to see if it's going to have any issues. It should just start up. There you go, serving at 5000. I should be able to go. There you go, my Whoogle search. Now, In the face of it, I could just search for anything I want right now and it'll have autocomplete. So if I search for Raspberry Pi, this is what it gives me. And I don't get all those ads up on top, and I don't get a lot of the mumbo jumbo ads on the side and everything. So that already cleaned up a huge bunch of stuff. And you're gonna see the search results compared to this. And let's see, Google, Raspberry Pi. This alone, when you first start, there's ads on the right side. Sometimes it's on top depending on how big your browser is. You'll have suggestions that you may or may not want, and it leads to similar results because this is the first time I'm actually searching Raspberry Pi on this computer. So I think it doesn't have it catered towards me, but it does remove a lot of this stuff on the right hand side. Now, another thing you could do with this is if I head back to Whoogle, I can head over to configurations, and this is where you could turn on Thor mode and different interfaces. And they also have user contributed themes. Now, while you might like this theme, and if you switch it over to dark mode, and apply, you might like it as this as well. But I kind of found a liking to Nord theme. So basically what I need to do is just copy this on the left hand side, go to configurations, and if I wanted to change it to Nord theme, I could just copy, delete all that, paste it in, apply, and there you go. I have the Whoogle theme on Nord, and this makes everything change too. So if I go back to Raspberry Pi, search, you get the results in this theme as well. And there's a few more themes that you could play around with, and I like the fact that the configurations is right here and it's easy to search. If you want some advanced filtering, you could do that over here as well. Filter out social media, or when you click on links, open new tabs. Use Thor, use get request, tons of stuff like this. Now, if I want to switch it back to light mode, you can. I don't know if Nord has light mode. Does it? Yes, it does. It looks like this, a little grayish. And Raspberry Pi. And looks pretty good in light theme as well. I like them in both themes. Either way, that is it, guys. I just wanted to quickly kind of go over this new search engine that I've been using a lot of. I try to search for stuff in both the search engines now because they give me both different results. So your mileage may vary, but I do recommend using the search engine, giving it a try, and see if you like it as well. And obviously, since you're not being tracked or not getting ads, again, you might get better results. Now, if you guys have any questions about this, hit me up in the comments down below. If you guys are new to this channel, consider subscribing and also hit that bell notification icon so you know when the next video is going to be out. And as I say in my nerd cave, hack till it hurts.